I started the year together with some of you listening to one futurist about what is even beyond 24 and what's happening with the world in which we are living. And I have to tell you that it's a topic of which I'm impressed, and I remember a few of the thoughts he shared with us. First of all, that we are living through times that nobody of us have seen, and probably generations before us haven't seen such a change that is coming. But what he finished with is that each of the changes, especially when it's in such a big scale, starts from the people. Starts from the person. First the person change, and then the society. And that's why I want in my few minutes to start from my personal example and the trial that I had with my family this summer to build a photovoltaic on the top of my house and to make sustainable use of the energy. And I have to share it was not an easy process. First, because we didn't understand anything about it. We had to learn a lot of things, we had to understand a lot of things, and last but not least, we need to find also the right partner to execute. So it's actually not so easy. I can share many other personal examples about this, but I will continue with my professional opinion about why the banks have important role for this sustainable future, and I will just describe the 5 reasons I think banks have a really important role. Starting from the first one, that it's not anymore about just financing. We have heard many of the big and successful companies before me that they have their own plans, they're already on the road of sustainable transformation. But for many companies, it's requiring also education, understanding about what is happening, what kind of norms and regulations are entering into place. And here comes a really important part of the bank. As all the businesses are going through transformation, imagine what does it mean for a bank, not understanding just its own sector and how much it's transformed out of all this, but understanding all of the sectors of the customer. So I'm really impressed by my colleagues that are able to catch up with so many industries in parallel. First thing that we are investing as banks, of course, is in educating inside our people in order then to be able to support the customers. We have launched last year a series of meetings with our customers discussing what is coming, why it's coming, and how they can be better prepared. And this is something which we were going to continue to do as we recognize as our role. Of course, we also part of the net zero commitments, and we are committed that by 2050 UniCredit will have a zero carbon footprint for its portfolio. And we have already started our analysis and also our plans for some of the sectors. Other proof on this part from our side is that we are really supporting big part of investments in the renewable energy project, not only, but just last year, UniCredit Bulbank for Bulgaria financed more than 550 megawatts of renewable energy sources with more than 270 million euro. Second reason why the banks have a key role is related to the fact that banks know how to manage risks. And another banker, which I want to quote here, which is part of the executive committee of ECB, is saying that if the banks don't comply with the plan of EU for the sustainable transition, this will bring substantial financial, legal and reputational risk for the banks. That's why it's extremely important that we understand, identify and manage this risk. So this is what the banks are really pushed to do and have to do it, as this is part of our business. Third reason why we are important stakeholder in this discussion is that on the top of managing risk, bank understand also managing data. And when we talk about business, and this is what we believe in banks, you cannot improve something until we are able to measure it. Banks are pushed to collect data, but it's important, it's not only around banking, around all the stakeholders, there is agreed methodology, there is an opportunity to verify data, to check, to compare, also to prevent some of the greenwashing cases. Fourth place, the banks are one of the main also employer in the country, and that's why it's important also our personal transition towards the sustainable future. And here I believe the sector in Bulgaria is doing great steps ahead, not just in the environmental area by reducing our footprints, investing on photovoltaics on our roofs, or decreasing paper through our digitalization. We are a lot focused on the social part, supporting vulnerable groups of society. For example, UniCredit's key priority is to support education. And we heard all of us that this is part of the priorities for the country. And let's not forget also the governance part. So we are committed as an organization to support diversity, equal career opportunities, not only on gender base. I am also proud to have a very diverse board at the bank in Bulgaria. 5 different nationalities work here, and I believe this is a good example for everybody. Last but not least, with our products, we are influencing the society. Just an example in that area is the fact that last year, by launching green leasing, we pushed many people to go with a special, of course, preference for them, many people to choose this option for their car, and we see really sales growing very well. So just to finish here my 5 cents, I really believe banks are an important player. It's not always easy for us. Sometimes we're going to ask you as our customers for a lot of data or a lot of certificates, but only together as stakeholders, government, business, banking system, society, we can go through this enormous change that is happening in our lives.